Hello, 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 everyone. Good morning. Happy Thursday, day before CPI number. So we will see what's going on. Probably a good day to just take off. Just show up again tomorrow. Show up tomorrow morning after the CPI. Hey, Waka Waka. A guard killed the market. Well, what with the super aggressive rate hikes? The super aggressive stance? Oh boy, the ECB is going to be so far behind. It's going to be, and they probably will get like one or two rate hikes in and then be like, oh, we got to cut again. We'll have to go negative. Good morning to all the PTP associates. Good morning, Davey. And back to back with Wavy. Good morning. Looks like the CPI pre-rally is canceled. We'll see. I'm expecting another choppy day. I mean, we had initial jobless claims, and oh, it's ticking to a 5 month high. It's just there's still a ton of noise in this. It's just ridiculous. People are going to do everything's going to be based off tomorrow, though. That's all I have to say. Good morning, Mike. I hope everyone is well and safe. Yep. Yeah, that's you can laugh at the pre rally. Good morning, Patrick. Well, why do you want to crash, William? Why do you want to crash? Good morning, Anise. Davey with the China information. China produces 544 cars in May, tripling April output. April output very low, though. So that's just a spin headline, but Tesla's gapped up on the news out of China, so we shall see. Might be the gap play. Uh, Welcome to the Leghard put in her journey. Oh boy, don't get me started on the ECB, please, please. Expect the unexpected. Tactical trading completely true. And here's Mike. Well, what's there to celebrate about that? Let's see. I'm not even gonna bother with that. I'm just seeing. Good morning, options 22. Today will probably be pinned. We could see some interesting though, possibly some. If we do get a sell off, I'm going to be watching for some stop fishing below. So that's what I'm going to be. And with the quick reversal moves. Good morning, Eric. Nowhere to hide when all central banks start rate hiking cycle. Let it play out. We'll see. All right. We will see what happens when you got Greece and Italy. They're gonna tip sooner rather than later, so it'll get really interesting over there. I give our Fed, which I don't give much credibility to, but I give our Fed getting through multiple rate hikes more so than the ECB. And what are they projecting? Like 150 basis points by December? Oh yeah, I don't even see them getting to there. Maybe 100 basis points, if one bad number out of there, they're gonna be like, oh, off the table. We'll just keep going back. Well, we gotta. They're not even done. They're not even tightening yet. They're still easing. Oh boy. May we live in interesting trading times. By the way, speaking of our Fed, still with that 50 basis points baked in, still a negative gamma. Don't need to talk about that. We had NIO out this morning with a miss. So that's where we sit with there. We have Target raising their dividend. So that's sort of interesting. Here we got the S&P. By the way, before we get into that, if you are new here, please do consider subscribing, ringing that bell, and hitting the like button. Longer term subscribers, leave some comments and like the videos. All right, got that out of the way. The house cleaning out of the way since. All right, we still have the double just playing out. Essentially, all the targets are hit. I'm just going to take this off right now because we're essentially there. If it does break down, I'm watching this key low area. That's really what I'm focused on, is if we do push down here to see if we get some stop hunting today. We just broke below this little key support area, and so that is resistance. So if we do head lower, I'm watching about 40.87 to 40.90, and then this low area. Would not be surprised if it does break down here to see some pokes below to see if I can get some market orders coming in and then a potential quick reversal. The only way I can go with this double, besides the same short-term targets I talked about the other day, was if we get a close below there. So that's the S&P to the upside. Again, we're still in. Remember, we're still in this consolidation pattern, and you do get some of this very interesting trading behavior going into one key event going next week. So, also, what I'm keeping a close eye on is daily cycles getting to the bottom going into tomorrow, and weekly still not quite at the top. So we could see some interesting moves after the numbers come out tomorrow. Where else do I stand? Not really anywhere with this besides consolidation to the upside. If we can get back above this 4104, then I'll be targeting about 4118 and then 4132 to about 4136. NASDAQ, again, if this breaks down, again, it broke just below this key support right here, about 12,575. If we do press lower, below but 12,544, then I'm watching back to 12,478, and then another possible fishing expedition for more stops to the upside above 12,575. I'm going to this little support becoming resistance 12,612, and then back to 12,677, and above there would be 12,743. I'm pretty much using the harmonics again in consolidation. On any breakdown move, would not be surprised to see some stop fishing. If it did break down below there, I'm just I'm still using the same harmonics from before, since we didn't poke down to the first one. 12,380, then 12,324. Dow, come on, give me my Dow. Sitting right at this little support level. We break on the open blow here. It's right in this area, you see. So we're sitting here. We really need to break below about 32,800. Then my next target, if we do break down, would be about 32,680. And then below that, 32,491 if it was pushing down, with the Dow pretty much holding up, one of the best, only off 11 basis points. So to the upside, level I'm using is back to 33,000, and then right around 33,082 to 33,100. Russell holding up second best. Well, it's pretty much in line with the S&P. Russell, if it pulls back more, my key area is about 1865, and short term on any rallies, you can see all these three tops, it's about 1905. DAX, actually interesting, pulling back here a little below there. So if that continues to pull back, is 14,114 is the next level. Breaking below this key support, so I'm really watching how the DAX closes today. Crude, inside bar so far from yesterday, holding this support level, 12,105. On a pullback, 1950 is the key area I'm watching, with the breakout from the channel and the rising daily rotation zone. There isn't much else if you look just yet. It's sort of in this mini flag pattern. So that's what I'll be focusing out. If it does turn around and rally, I need it to get above about 122.21 for a short-term upside play. Longer term, still in bullish mode, but getting toppy. We got the cycles trying to roll over on the daily, so would not be surprised to see a pullback to see how it reacts to that level. Where else do we sit? Just touching back on natural gas, which came back down. To hit this, to actually confirm this double top, but not yet triggered, and bouncing off that harmonic we talked about yesterday. See here. You see right here, sitting right here against that. So this is what I'm really focused on today, to see if it closes below this level. To see if it closes down there, then that triggers the bigger potential double top. Remember, we had that fire in the Texas facility. Triggers that potential double top. And next area I'm focusing on is about 750 to about 758 on a break below. Not much. Gold still in consolidation. That's going to be with CPI tomorrow. Silver in consolidation. Notes, interesting enough, we're finally rolling back down. We do have the only thing that could get me very short-term bullish. This is still a valid potential double, but that's a long way off from triggering 118.17. Would be shocked if it reversed and triggered. I'm actually, remember, we hit that 87.5. We're breaking below. I'm watching for a retest in this low area now, which the lows from the 9th of May going into the CPI. Dollar index. Still no close above this double. So that's still key level. 102.75 on a closing basis. It's sort of turning into a flag pattern now, but this double is not invalidated yet at all. So VIX slightly up, but still below key resistance at 25. That's what I'm going to be watching into the open and this morning to see if it gets any momentum above 25. Other than that, because any momentum above 25, then I'll start watching for a little more substantial breakdown. Tesla, already talked about that with the gap up. With the it was also an upgrade today back to 1100, which is a complete joke, but that's, you know, how these things work. I'm watching for the gap fill. If you don't get the full gap fill, then support. So the gap play, let's just go to roughly 742.40, whatever it is. I'd be watching for the pullback. If any weakness in the NASDAQ continues in the open, I'm watching for the pullback to the 50 to 62.5 and then a rotation back up. You are going to have to adjust those levels based off where it does open and if we get the slight push higher into the open. All right. Let's see where we sit. Oh, NASDAQ 4-hour head and shoulder. No. We're in this NASDAQ 4-hour head and shoulder. We're in consolidation. This is not, remember, a head and shoulder is a reversal move. I don't care if other people are saying this is a head and shoulder. It's not. It's in consolidation. And you can't say it's reversing this move, and this is not a massive head and shoulder. This, people would look at shoulder, head, shoulder, but it's not reversing enough of a move. So it's just a consolidation thing. Don't get faked in. Does that mean it can't come back down and test this area? Yeah, but that you can't use any decent targets off of that. What about inflation? Soon enough, people won't be able to afford basic necessities. So why it's going to get real interesting. Even in the USA, it's going to get real interesting. William, crash, really? Inflation, what inflation, according to central bankers, pretend it doesn't exist is one of their tools. Exactly. Well, our numbers say it's not that bad. Well, you keep changing the number. You keep changing your calculations. Let's go back to the way we calculated it in the early 80s and see where that would put us. Okay? Let's just go back to that calculation so we have a apples to apples. Because then you can say, hey, you might consider it invalid, but they considered it valid in the late 70s, early 80s. Let's go back to the way we calculated then to just get a comparison. I wish we could do that. I wish they would do that. Good morning, Lauren. UK, wow, oil over 12 a gallon. 12.80 per gallon. This is really going to crush people. You know, and if they can't get this under control, you know, with yellow, you know, it could, with the decade comment yesterday, these people, let's get rid of them all. Let's get rid of them all. I say milk will be at 10. Well, then what am I will. Oh, boy. Are we going to have to all eat fake meat and fake milk then? Gas at 20. Chicken wings. What's going to happen to my chicken wing budget? Man, I don't like this. Everything red bar Tesla thanks to fake data. It doesn't matter. Nothing matters anymore. This is why I agree, we eventually need this whole flush out. Let's reset the whole thing. Since, look, this market's just choppy anyways, I can just talk for a few more minutes. Who thinks we should reset the whole thing? The greed is at all-time highs. Did you see the articles about the funds going in and buying up all these trailer parks and then jacking the rates on all these low-income people in trailer parks? It's like they're buying the pharmaceutical companies and, jacking the pharmaceutical prices because they can. I'm just tired of all this. And, I am a capitalist full and foremost, but I'm sort of in the camp of enlightened capitalism. Just because you can do it doesn't mean you should do it. And if you don't think, boy, karma's a bitch. Because if you think like you should buy up pharmaceuticals and then jack the prices because you can, and the insurance will pick up the difference, or you can go buy mobile home parks and just jack up the rents. Then I'm not talking increasing it, because there's some costs that go in. I'm talking jacking it because I'm just done. I'm just done with the greed and we need some flush out moves. Let's get back to we don't have capitalism anymore. We have this pseudo government backed crap. Let's bail stuff out. Let's pick winners and losers. Let's get back to some real stuff and let's just flush the whole thing down. It's like the Tool song. Flush it all down. That's what we need. If anybody knows what I'm referencing I love that song. Sorry. Where do we sit? Let me see. We don't need the Great Reset in terms of what the elites say the Great Reset is. We actually need a Great Reset to flush out these elites. We're going higher because Pelosi bought the dip. See, but I wish. All right, if you're going to allow Congress to trade, let's have real-time trading results. They have to put them out the same day. You know what? Because we could trade off that data then because they trade off all this data that we don't have access to. Let's put them out real time. Isn't that an idea? Let's pass a bill. Congress's trading data has to be put out real time or like within, a few minutes after the trade's executed. Let's see how that goes. What does everybody think about that? Hey, Raj. Oh, Klaus Schwab. But don't even get me started. Powdered milk? Well, you know what? If powdered milk was cheap, they'd jack the price of water. You will own nothing and be happy. That's what they think. I mean, see, I'm talking they, but that's actually what the Great Reset and the global, you should be happy. We'll just give you what you want and we'll give you what you think you need. I guess you know my thoughts on the stuff. George, he's been getting deer meat from hunters. It's pretty good, and I don't have to buy steak anymore. There's your inflation hot tip from Geo Mission George. Price manipulation equals inflation. It's Strategy Freeman. Hey, welcome, Strategy Freeman. I'm getting some new people comments in here. It's fascism. It's a bunch of friggin' crap. And if I'd swear on this channel, which I'm trying to keep it friendly, for everybody, because you never know who's going to tune in, but I would swear. They have universal money now, so it's coming. People thought it's all conspiracy theory. It's turning out to be true. Completely, yeah. The conspiracies keep becoming realities. It's been, all those conspiracy theorists. And then it's like, see. Uh-huh. Now, there are still some off-the-wall conspiracy theories that it's like, okay, if that one's true, then we're all just screwed. Free markets. I appreciate all the comments here. Thank you. Only if Klaus Schwab himself owns nothing and is happy for it. It's like all the elites, talking about global warming, flying in their, or climate change, whatever it's, or global cooling, whatever but then they fly in their private jets, burning more emissions than everything else combined to go talk about how we're going to regulate it for everybody else. Yet we have to show up with our elites and eat $50 friggin' hot dogs. Hey, Options. Again, thank you for being here. In reference to the tools. See, I have a large musical repertoire. It's not just the Dead. You know, I could go from the Grateful Dead to Tool to Pink Floyd to. All right, I don't listen to a lot of hip hop. There are a couple good songs, but I have a wide range of yeah. Flush it all away. Great idea. All right, let's see. There's not. Let's me just check in on the shorter term price action while I'm going on rants. It's just fun to sometimes have talks. I'm really would not be surprised to see a flush out attempt this morning. Interesting ish. Yeah, politicians and billionaires, some of the most corrupt people on the planet. And it's why you know what money's not worth it enough. People, you can make a decent living. That's why it's why I run the channel the way I do. You know, I'm not here to just pump stuff up and take people's cash and try to sell them a bunch of crap and have this channel that just is trying to suck people in. You know, I want people to learn and grow and be better and hopefully learn some tools and then share them with other people. And you know what? If you make extra money, help people out. Do it out of the goodness of your heart. Pay it forward legitimately, not to get something, just to legitimately help people. That's why it's still a donation model. You know, that's my thoughts. And I am a capitalist, but it's not a greedy capitalist. It's like literally, let's have some free markets not controlled by people so we can actually figure out. Let's like not try to manipulate everything. All right. Sorry, mini rant. Then we can rent our clothes. That's probably next. Amazon clothes rental. We'll charge you the full price, but you only get them for a month. Then you have to turn them back in. Oh, but we'll pay for shipping back. So you can rebuy what you just was still good. Thoughts on the Australian? The futures? You don't have short term. My interesting thing here, you're sort of in a it's going to be interesting to see if this goes the other way. I mean, you have this little flag pattern. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back down to retest this. The only thing that would change me short term is if you get above yesterday's high, then I would target somewhere around 0.739 overall. I mean, you've had the breakout move, the consolidation move, pulling back, but there's not just a lot of great patterns here. If I had to take a bet with this, I would watch for another push lower to retest this whole 50% run-up move. Let's see. Hey, Kalani, thanks for being here. Oh, I have my that's why I'm not swearing. Raj has his daughter, and I am not going to swear. So don't worry about that. Kathy needs to hire the same aliens Jimmy uses. Thank you for being here. Well, you want my take on it? I completely agree. I think it's a thing, and climate changes all the time. You have the macro solar patterns, you have a bunch of stuff, and you can go through bigger patterns, but I think it's used as a way to put through an agenda. Don't worry, Mike. Elon sleeps in the factory floor and lives in 50K houses. That's what he says. How about salsa? So, hey, look at this. Pinzazor. I don't know how to say your name. I'm sorry. You'll have to do it phonetically. Thank you, Jacob. Appreciate the morning thoughts. Good luck, everyone. One more range-bound day. There might be a couple of fake moves in here, so just pay attention to that. I wanted to touch base on USD. Thank you. I looked up on my other platform because remember we did not have the data here yesterday because it stopped. The key area Oh, I put in the wrong one. Hold on, I gotta go and Oanda, that's my preferred one. Here is the all-time back from 2002, 135.15. So I'm still watching for this 135 to 15 to 136.55. And then if we get above there, we could see a short-term pullback, but I'm really focused. I bet you this gets taken out in the next few days. All right, market about to open, NASDAQ dumping. Dumping? Well, I will chat with everyone later. No, that's not dumping. It's gonna be a bunch of fake moves. You're gonna watch. It's gonna be a fishing expedition today. All right, with that, thank you everyone, and I am going to wrap it up. Anything major happens, which I'm not expecting, I will pop on at lunch, but it is pretty much just going to be the afternoon to wrap up and position ourselves tomorrow before the CPI. Yes, they do, Rich. Again, everybody have a great day. I will talk to everyone later. Thanks for all the comments. Thanks for all the new viewers. Bye for now.